Hello and welcome to I've Seen Everything, where the name is ironic and the reactions are... Hello everyone, it's me, Andrew again. You've been seeing a lot of me lately, potentially. I don't know. Have you been on my Patreon? For those of you paying attention, especially when it comes down to this show, I just recently, and I mean within the last few days, binged the entire first season of Last of Us. Because I had intended to watch it for a very long time. I hadn't got around to it. Season 2 was beginning. Here we are. Season 2 has begun. Little brief history in case you haven't been over there to see it, or just to refresh you. I have a history with The Last of Us games. I do not have a complete history. What does that mean? I watched the entire first season of Last of Us having already played the game and the Left Behind DLC for the first game. So I knew or had a good idea of what was going to happen in the first season. Based on the fact that the first season was the story of the entire first game, understandably, I would think that this season is going to be the entire story of the second game. And so now the dynamic is flipped. I own the second game. I have not yet played the second game. I still don't have time to play the second game yet. I will be playing it probably as soon as I can after watching this. But as a result, I am going into this not knowing well, I shouldn't say knowing anything. I'm not knowing anything for sure from having played the game already. That said, I do know some fairly big things. I don't want to really go into what I know, what I don't know. When the second game was coming out, I paid attention to everything because it was exciting. I watched trailers, I heard what people were talking about. Yes, I know some things that are coming. But similar to the first season, I don't know how they're going to do it. The first season did most of the stuff by the book, most of the stuff by how the game was laid out and how the story was told, but they did change some things, some specific things. I thought for the better. Pretty much any of the changes they made, I was in favor of, especially episode 3 with Bill and Frank. So, where are we now? I don't know how far after the original story this takes place. I know that in the game, Ellie had aged up some. Joel had taken off with Ellie to go back, presumably to Tommy, and the kind of commune that he and his wife were living in, and where they had found some relative peace and safety. I presume we're going to start there in some capacity, but we'll see. Anyway, let's not waste any time. Let's get going. Before we do, make sure to go ahead and check out the Patreon I mentioned. Again, the entire first season of Last of Us is over there right now because I just watched all of it, all 9 episodes. There's also a lot of other full-length watch-alongs over there. There's going to be exclusives, all kinds of stuff. Go have a look. I really appreciate it. Also, if you'd be so kind, if you could hit the like and subscribe button down here, click the bell so you can see when I'm putting out new videos. And now we've got all that out of the way. Let's get going. The Last of Us, Season 2, Episode 1, Future Days. Here we go. And we're off.
Swear to me that everything you said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
And we're starting right where we left off. That was a hard moment. That's what a lot of people would consider like a parent moment. Like he lied right to her, but his rationale, I'm sure, is if he told her the truth, she would never be able to live with it.
Okay.
But as a result, he directly betrayed her. You have to think that's going to come out at some point. The truth of what actually happened is going to come out. Hey, back to our giraffes. Since I don't know what happens, I'm going to be scared for like everything. My first thought seeing that was like, please don't let anything happen to the giraffes. That was such a beautiful moment.
Why would he do this?
I heard rumors about some kid he took that was supposedly...
That wasn't true.
So the human cost of Joel's shootout to save Ellie and the next generation of Fireflies.
Ed has a brother who runs an outfit in Seattle, a guy named Isaac. Supposedly he'd take us all in.
Not until we find Joel. We're finding him. Yes, we are.
All right, let's talk about how.
That makes a little more sense then about why they go after him. The retribution for people they love and care about that were running the Fireflies.
That's not fair.
None of this is fair.
Maybe the Seattle crew has resources.
He'll help me find him.
I'll help you find him.
Now I need to know who, I mean, I'm sure they'll tell us, but who she lost specifically. Or maybe it just, they all meant something to her. I don't know. I mean, they obviously all lost something important. It's heartbreaking and your heart goes out to them, but it's also infuriating. And maybe they wouldn't care, but they don't know the context of what happened. They don't know the context that Marlene lied and didn't tell Joel that they'd have to kill Ellie to get the cure, and that he was protecting Ellie. Now, again, maybe they wouldn't give a shit.
When we kill him,
We kill him slowly.
Well, there's conflict for you, for sure. It is interesting to hear her say that it's not fair, or hear one of them say it's not fair. What is? What is fair in this world that's been torn apart by this thing? Joel and Ellie managed to stay alive for 5 years, I think. Ellie is either in one hell of a fight, or she trains really frickin' hard.
Ellie!
Ellie doesn't know when to stop sometimes.
Boom, motherfucker.
You can't boom people who land a first hit on you.
I pulled it.
Because I told him to. Because he would have knocked you out. I don't want to have to explain that to Joel.
Don't do that again.
She doesn't want anyone pulling punches with her. This is part of the trauma it feels like she's been through. She wants to be ready. If this is the same place Tommy was at, it looks like they have expanded, which I guess makes sense. Like, as they go, they could continue, like, moving the wall, moving out into other areas, clearing out infected. And that appears to be Joel. Very different life.
Hey, kiddo. Something go wrong out there?
Our foreman isn't foremanning.
Kiddo, huh? I'm wondering if this is our Dina. And if so, how Dina comes into their lives.
Why is she angry at you?
You're her best friend. Reckon she would have told you.
Nope.
They're not on good terms. Maybe she did find out. Resents him for making that decision for her.
I know I'm a hard ass and maybe overprotective, and she's her. But, I mean, what did I do?
It's not all him. I'm sure he's holding on too tight and he's worried about something happening to her, but she went through so much trauma. I'm sure she's dealing with her own stuff.
Holy shit, you're seeing Gail?
I'm not in therapy. Jesus, go.
I'm surprised that therapy is available, but if it is, they probably all need it.
Don't tell anyone I'm in therapy.
I don't know who Dina is, but if she's lucky enough to have grown up somehow in this environment not needing therapy, that's a freaking miracle.
You're getting good.
Closer to Tommy these days, I see. Makes sense. Tommy and his brother had their own problems.
I'm an adult. He can't tell me what I can and can't do.
Yeah, well, he can tell me.
I'm immune!
Whoa, hey! You and my brother, same goddamn person.
I don't know if Joel would have done something like that, but it's that kind of attitude that gets you hurt. Has something bad happen.
Alpine Run leaves at 1300. You follow the rules, you obey your captain, no questions, no exceptions.
Well, that depends. Who's the captain?
It does not depend who's the captain. That's the whole point. Person's in charge, you listen. You know, if she's rebelling against Joel, that's one thing. It seems like she's rebelling against everything. And that could be really freaking dangerous in a place like this.
We need to build faster.
Sure, how much faster? See, we got this dial called the constructometer.
We're running out of space to put these people.
I understand where she's coming from, but she also can't just demand they build faster. He's not a magician. They have to find a balance.
What y'all up to?
Well, your wife wants me to build faster.
Didn't you tell her about the big dial?
So that's a smart-ass comment he's used before.
You were a refugee too.
I understand the conversation there. I understand the compassion. I agree with it. But he is also facing a very difficult situation of a limited amount of time and a limited amount of resources.
You want anything to drink?
What do you have?
Whiskey? Herbal tea? But the tea's mostly thistles and dirt.
Hey, Catherine O'Hara. I thought I heard she was in this. I don't know who she's supposed to be. I know just enough to be worried about when certain things are going to happen, although I'm sure it's not going to happen this episode. But
Shaken stems. What am I, in high school?
It's winter, Gail.
Payment accepted.
oh, so this is his therapist. Yeah, the rules get a little loose when you're living this kind of life, I'm sure. I think everyone can understand that.
I backed off. She comes home, shuts herself in the damn garage, which I should never have allowed her to move into. Even Dina asked me today, what's wrong with her? That one treats me like a human being. It makes me feel like I'm a good guy, which I am.
Wow, he got a lot out in a short period of time, but you got to give people space. You put pressure, they're just going to pull harder the other way.
Well, a 19-year-old daughter. She's acting toward me like every 19-year-old daughter has ever acted toward their dad, ever.
But yeah, she's right, because some of this stuff is normal.
I've done this long enough to know when somebody is leaving something out, and you are definitely leaving something out.
I really, really, really think that Ellie found out, and she can't forgive him.
You shot and killed my husband. I hate you for it. And yes, I know you had no choice. I know I should forgive you. And now maybe there's a chance I can make things right with you.
Is this one of the innocent people that he killed earlier in his life? Oh, I'm stupid. Maybe her husband turned, and Joel had to kill him.
Say it out loud, no matter what it is, no matter how bad. I promise I will help.
Because she would have kicked him out otherwise if he just killed him and he was innocent and healthy and all that.
Did you do something to her? Did you hurt her?
I wonder if this is the first time he's going to say it. He's afraid to tell anybody, understandably.
I saved her.
He saved her, knowing that she probably wouldn't have wanted him to. Again, that can be selfish if he saved her for himself rather than her. Someone found Nirvana. The band, not the state. Early Nirvana. This is from Bleach.
Just like that. Hold on. Better?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew about this part. Ellie has another crush.
I see Ellie over here looking like Curtis and Viper.
Apparently they've all seen these movies at this point.
Your patrol leader is Kat, so you will follow her orders. Jokes aside, can you take things a little more seriously? The others look up to you too.
Life has certainly changed for Ellie since we last saw her. It's very different. But she's been able to have something of a life at least, so that's nice. As opposed to being terrified that she's going to die at any moment.
Cat's available. Why would I ask Cat? Because she's the other one.
That's funny.
Oh, you're into someone else.
You ought to be well aware of who that is.
Let's go.
We're on.
Wait! We should go back and report it.
They are not listening to their leader. And Ellie very much is a shoot first and ask questions later kind of situation. Ooh. Wonder what happened here. Was the bear infected too?
Hey, what do you call grizzly's ribs? Barbecue.
Did you just make that up?
Yeah.
Okay. It shows. That sounds like something someone would make up.
So you think Hungry Boy's still alive in there?
I hope so.
Man, they're both just crazy ready for a fight.
Hey, maybe there's a regular person who's trapped and needs help.
Yeah, what if there's a family in there? What if there's a toddler?
They said they look up to them. They're all older than them. Why would they look up to them?
2-on-1. Okay, so 1-on-1. If you'd rather let the men handle it.
I feel like we got different motivations here, though. Well, Ellie's out to prove something. She's determined to not feel weak and helpless in these situations again. But I get the feeling that Dina has lived in the commune basically her whole life. So this is always like dangerous, challenging yourself kind of stuff for her. They're challenging each other about how they're going to do it to make it more difficult. If Dina survives this, having that kind of attitude about things, I'm going to be shocked. Not this, but like this show. Oh, okay. Maybe a distraction. That makes more sense. I would not be going after him with a knife. I mean, I know Ellie feels invincible because she can't get infected, but she can still get killed.
Ellie!
Ow. That looked like it really hurt.
Are you okay?
Nothing's broken.
That shelf is broken. Like, really broken.
Bunch of padlocked doors.
I can find a stairway or something and figure out a path back up here. Just stay put.
I don't think Ellie is very good at listening to what anyone tells her to do. You would think that Dina might be an exception to that, but I have my doubts. Oh, is that a cat or a monkey? She has guns. It feels like she should be able to blast the door open. Oh, that was a person. Are there smarter clickers in the second game? Yeah, that's a person. I thought it was a cat or something. It must have been that they were just further away. Yeah, it's quick and smarter.
You okay?
Yeah.
Also, I wouldn't be so confident about Ellie being immune if you're encountering new type of stuff.
But it didn't run at me. Took cover. Planned. Waited. Lured me in.
And you saw this?
It was exactly like Ellie says. You and Joel, you wouldn't have gone in.
Because it's different.
How?
They do have them kind of trapped there. But they did not listen to their leader there, their captain. I do wonder about Ellie. They encounter something new that she could potentially get infected.
Maybe the smart one was a one-off.
Well, what about the other 6 that brought down the grizzly?
It's not exactly a horde.
Not yet. Lately, I've had a feeling.
A feeling.
Reality is nothing but a collective hunch. Lily Tomlin.
Hey, I'll take Lily Tomlin. I wonder about this community then, though, because if that's true, if you have infected that can strategize and plan, can it find a way in? Can it get over the wall or dig up under the ground or something?
Just come to see if you were going to that thing tonight.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
This really sucks that whatever's happened is standing between them.
Strings are shot. I'll put some new ones on for you.
Well, you don't have to do that.
Get it back tomorrow.
I remember him telling her that he would teach her to play the guitar. I wonder if he did.
Why?
Ellie! Hey, what took you so long?
Okay. This next one.
That was pretty messed up. Just unceremoniously drinks his drink. Ellie's really trying harder to be more confident, but this is one of the areas, I mean, this is the area everybody struggles with, or a lot of people do anyway, but...
No reason to be. I'm not a threat.
Oh, Ellie, I think they should be terrified of you.
There you go. It's a good moment for her. I'm happy for you, but maybe don't do it right in front of everybody, like with kids and shit.
In a church.
Did you just say?
Okay, now that's a bit of a different moment. Felt like we were past that.
Get the hell out of here.
Take a walk.
Let's see. He says in a church, and then he uses a homophobic slur.
Are you okay?
What is wrong with you?
I don't need your help.
Right.
That's what it's all about, I guess. That makes sense. She wants to be seen as an adult who can take care of herself, and he's there trying to look after her every moment. I really, really hope they find a way to come to some kind of peace with each other. It's hard as a parent because you want your kids to be safe, but it's very, very important not to hold too tight, because if you do, bad things happen that way too. They can't actually crawl up the pipe, can they? Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, is this our crew from the beginning? 5 years later? Is it really gonna happen that soon? This is making it look like in episode 2, they're gonna be attacking the commune. Let's go to the wrap-up. I really enjoyed it. It was really well done. I'm sorry if Again, I don't have a lot to say as far as how close this is to the game. Again, I haven't played the game yet. This is actually really making me want to. I had thought about this before, but I don't know if I have time to do it right now. I kind of wanted to play the game along with watching it. Like, watch this episode and then play this section of the game. I know that the dance basically went down that way, because I saw a clip. I know briefly about, them falling through the floor. That was in the trailer. As far as what we're seeing, we know that there's a problem, but we kind of still don't know what we're dealing with. We know that there is something going on between Joel and Ellie. We know that what Joel did, the decision he made, is eating him alive. We don't know if Ellie knows. There's a variety of things that could be happening. Again, you saw it bubbling up there with him and his therapist. He still didn't tell her, but he kind of gave her a vague answer as he was crying. Ellie either knows and understands, but is really not able to forgive him, or is really struggling to forgive him. Or Ellie knows that something is wrong. Like, just him being overprotective, all this kind of stuff. But likely probably also knows that there's something he's not telling her. But on top of that, I think the clearest sign we had was at the dance when he stepped in and took care of that guy. Ellie was getting ready to take care of that guy. Ellie wants to be able to stand up for herself. She doesn't want people to have to step in to do that for her. And that is a complicated thing overall for her, I'm sure. Her therapist is right. Part of it is because, or not her therapist, Joel's therapist, is right. Part of it's because that's just what people her age do. When they feel too sheltered by their parents, or they feel too overly protected by their parents, they push back, a lot of them. Which is why it's important not to hold too tight, because you'll encourage a more ferocious rebellion. But part of it is also the trauma that both of them have gone through. Like, what I said about Dina goes for a lot of these people. I wonder about their histories. Obviously, it's a new world living with these realities, but Dina's world is different if she's spent her whole life in this commune, where the infected are just outside, and she still has this safe place you can go back to. Then it kind of makes it fun. It makes it dangerous. It makes it an adventure. It's not something that is pursuing her at every moment, in every place she could potentially stop, that an infected could jump out of a shadow somewhere. Ellie has lived that. Joel has lived that in some pretty catastrophic ways. Now, maybe I'm completely wrong about Dina. Maybe she's lived some version of that too. Maybe they all have a story like that. But we're at a point where it seems like it's possible that there are kids who have spent their entire life in that commune, or in an equally safe place like this. So that would definitely give you different perspectives on the world and all of this. Ellie was changed forever by some of the stuff, just even some of the stuff that she saw on their journey together to get there, or to get to the Fireflies and then to get back there. She was changed by what happened with Riley. Joel, at the moment all of this started, Joel's daughter died in his arms. It just seems like it adds another layer. To what would have already been a problematic, rebellious dynamic between an overprotective parent and a rebellious kid who's not a kid anymore. It's like that time where you're becoming an adult. And what's also dangerous about it, this is the part where it can get dangerous if you hold your kids too tight. You hold your kids too tight, you overprotect them. They rebel even harder. They are even more reckless with how they rebel. They fly, like we saw with them going into the building. They fly into these situations without really any thought for caution, because they're desperate to prove, hey, I can handle it. And that's how they get in bad situations. That's how they get hurt or killed. And it's that rebellion against that overprotectiveness that was part of the reason it happened. He, in a way, is actually making her less safe by doing that. Comparing that to Tommy, Tommy's trying to do the right thing by her as well. He's trying not to piss Joel off, because it's not his place. But Tommy being out there with her, teaching her how to shoot, doing some of the stuff that Joel was doing before, that kind of stuff is actually better, is more helpful. You're saying, I know you're going to do this anyway, or you want to do this anyway. I'm going to help you do it the right way, as opposed to, I'm going to stand in your way and you're going to have to overcome me as an obstacle and then go do it on your own away from me, and probably run into a lot more problems. So I get the sense that Joel and Ellie got here, and Joel started trying to accept the idea of like, oh, okay, that's no longer part of our lives anymore. And that's not the truth. You can't protect your kids forever. And in this environment, that's going to be part of your lives, no matter what. You're living in a post-apocalyptic world that is still torn apart, that still has these infected clickers everywhere, that still has completely the possibility for people to be infected and all the rest of it. That's a reality of life. Yes, there's more normalcy that's kind of started to settle in, but that's a danger that is part of the life you live. So trying to make sure that everybody is as prepared as possible to deal with that is almost certainly the right way to go. But anyway, really enjoyed it. Really looking forward to the next episode. I hope you'll come back and watch it with me. Make sure to check out the Patreon. Full-length watch-alongs, or including the full-length watch-along for this, are available over on the Patreon for free as of at least the posting of this video. Full-length reactions, exclusive TV reactions over there. Going to be all kinds of stuff. Go have a look. I'd really appreciate it. And also, if you'd be so kind, please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button down there. Click the bell so you can see when I'm putting out new videos. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much. Take care.